Hello there, welcome. It's 2025, May 9th, fine Friday it is, and I'm here as usual about to dive into a fascinating piece from the archives. Almost like I'm transcribing some YouTuber. Just rambling to myself, you know. Alright, so the paper I stumbled upon today, it's a good one. The title is Miipher-2, or Universal Speech Restoration Model, a billionaire scale data restoration. The plural is T. It's long, but the name Miipher-2 can get you right. So what's the big problem these folks at Google are tackling? Well, imagine you're building these super smart eyes like large language models with those text-to-speech, things that sound incredibly real. They made, just tons and tons of trained data, speech data in this case. Not just any data, they need clean data. But where do you get millions of hours of clean speech? You often scrape it from the web. Let me tell you, web audio can be a real mess. Full of noise, echoes, all those weird sounds from bad microphones. It's like trying to hear someone whisper in a hurricane sometimes. So clean this up. That's the challenge, especially when you want to do it for like a bazillion languages. And don't try to spend ages labeling every tiny bit of audio with text or who's speaking. Plus, it needs to be fast and not your computer. Meet Miipher-2. This is their solution. It's a speech restoration model, which means it takes yucky, degraded speech and polishes it up to sound like it was recorded in a professional studio. The clever part, there are a few. First, they use something called the Universal Speech Model or custom. This custom thing is pretty wild. It's already been trained on, get this, 12 million hours of YouTube audio, covering over 300 languages. So, it's like a word to was listening, but already understands the gist of speech, no matter the language. Which is amazing for those languages that don't have much data, and they keep this custom frozen, so it's not learning new bad habits. Then, they add these things called parallel adapters, which are small, efficient networks that learn to predict the clean version of the custom's output. This makes it way faster and uses less memory than previous methods, and for turning these clean features back into actual sound waves, they use a sub-up of the WaneFit. Also, treat for efficiency. They trained all this on about $3,000 of really good quality recordings, but they deliberately added all sorts of noise and reverb to teach the model to remove. Now, how does it stack up against other tech? Well, it was Miipher and its predecessor. That one was good, but mostly for English and needed text and speaker info. Miipher-2, though, was multilingual, doesn't need those extra labels. That's much faster. We're talking a real-time factor of 0.78. Which means it can process 1 million hours of speech in about 3 days, using just 100 of those consumer-grade AI chips. That's pretty speedy. Compared to another public model, through GridNet, Miipher-2 seems to do a better job, actually improving the perceived quality of the audio, not just preserving it. A paper suggests Miipher-2 can even clean public datasets well enough that you can let me try it. You're not on the set actually in that clean data. And it still works almost as well as using pristine studio recordings. That's neat. Okay, so this is all very touchy, but what does it mean for, everyday life? Let's think applications. Well, voice technology, definitely. Imagine your voice assistant on your phone or smart speaker. If it's trained on data cleaned by Miipher-2, it could understand you way better. Even if you're in a noisy cafe or a windy street, and it could work for many more languages, especially with less common ones, making tech more accessible globally. The assistant's voice might also sound more natural. To about music and media, think about restoring old audio recordings like classic songs, or historical speeches that sound all wrinkly and distant, but the tree could potentially clean them up, making them sound fresh. For podcasters or YouTuber sales, this could be a lifesaver. It's automatically removing background hum, echo, or street noise from their recordings, saving hours of editing. And 3 games. Video games often have tons of dialogue, sometimes recorded in various conditions, but by actors remotely. This could help make all that voice act and sound consistently high quality. I even think about in-game voice chat. If it could clean up the audio from other players in real time, it would make communication much clearer, especially in those hectic multiplayer matches. More? What did you say? I couldn't hear over the virtual explosions. So Miipher-2 is all about taking messy, noisy speech from all over the world and making it crystal clear, efficiently, and at a massive scale. It's a big step for making sure our future eyes are trained on the good stuff. It should lead to better, more reliable, and more inclusive voice technologies for everyone. It's pretty cool to think about how cleaning up sound can have such a big impact. That's the gist of it. Fascinating stuff, really.